The most beautiful rose in the world. Once upon a time, in a land filled with light and laughter, there lived a queen more beautiful than the dawn. Her heart was kind, her smile warm, and her love for flowers filled the air with sweetness. In her royal garden, flowers of every color and fragrance bloomed, but among them all, the queen adored roses the most. Her palace was like a dream. Wrapped in petals, roses climbed the windows like gentle hands, reached across the walls like soft whispers, and even trailed along the ceilings like a lullaby. Red, pink, white, and golden roses painted the world around her. She would walk among them each morning, letting their scent guide her thoughts and lift her spirit. But one sorrowful day, a shadow fell over the kingdom. The queen had fallen terribly ill. Whispers passed through the halls like autumn winds. Doctors and healers from faraway lands came and went, their faces heavy with silence. They could do nothing. One wise man in the court, with eyes like the night sky, stepped forward and spoke gently. There may still be hope. A single rose may save her. Everyone leaned in. If we can find the most beautiful rose in the world, he said, and place it by her heart, she will live. But it must be the truest, purest rose, the one born from love itself. And so began a journey unlike any other. Messengers, travelers, and dreamers crossed mountains and oceans, searching in the corners of the earth. They visited hidden valleys and snowy peaks. They brought back dazzling roses, blue ones from crystal lakes, golden ones from sun-kissed deserts, and roses that glowed under the moonlight. But none were the rose. The wise man studied them all, shaking his head kindly. No, this is not the rose spoken of in poems. The true rose must come from the garden of love. All the greatest poets and storytellers have dreamed of it. It is the rose that only the heart can recognize. People whispered of magical gardens, of roses grown in songs, in lullabies, in silent prayers. Some believed it might have bloomed where two souls once met, where a promise was whispered beneath the stars. One man brought a rose from a place where two lovers had once stood, hands intertwined, hearts beating as one. Another brought a delicate bloom, said to grow where great kindness had been shown. Still, the wise man looked into their eyes and said softly, "These are lovely, but not the one." Then, one quiet morning, a woman arrived at the palace gates. She held the hand of her little child, who looked up with wide, wondering eyes. She was not a noblewoman, not a traveler, not a poet. She was a mother. She bowed and said, "I know where the most beautiful rose in the world blooms." Gasps fluttered through the room. She smiled and lifted her baby in her arms. "It's right here," she said, pressing her lips gently to the child's rosy cheeks. "Whenever I kiss these soft cheeks, my heart fills with warmth. The world becomes peaceful. All fear disappears. This, I believe, is the most beautiful rose." The wise man looked at the baby, whose cheeks glowed with tenderness. He nodded. "This is indeed a beautiful rose. It carries the scent of comfort, the bloom of innocence. But there is more." The mother's eyes sparkled. "Yes, there is one more rose. I remember the night the queen's own baby fell ill. She removed her golden crown and held her child in her arms. She cried not as a queen, but as a mother. Her tears fell onto the cradle. She whispered her hopes and fears into the silence. In that moment, her love grew into something beyond words. That was a rose. A hush fell over the room. Then the palace door opened once more. A young girl entered with a quiet smile. She held in her hands a little book. Her eyes lit up as she approached the queen's bed. "My queen," she whispered, "may I read to you?" The queen, pale and still, gave the tiniest nod. The girl opened the book and began reading softly, her voice like a lullaby floating through the room. In a hidden corner of the heavens, Where dreams dance like fireflies, there grows a rose no eye can see unless the heart is pure. It is the rose of true love, blooming only for those who look with kindness, with hope, with wonder. As the girl read, a gentle breeze seemed to stir the curtains. A glow appeared in the queen's cheeks. Her hands, once still, trembled faintly. Her eyes fluttered open. Suddenly, something magical happened. A soft pink light shimmered between the pages of the book, and there, nestled like a treasure, was a rose, delicate, glowing, and unlike any rose ever seen. It was real. The room held its breath. The queen's voice, now filled with wonder, whispered, "I see it. I see the rose, the most beautiful rose in the world." Her smile grew brighter, her eyes clearer. A gentle peace spread through her. The rose from the book had come alive, because she had loved, because she had hoped, and because she had seen true beauty in the eyes of her child, in the care of her people, and in the stories of the heart. The queen recovered. The garden bloomed once more, and the rose, the one that had bloomed in the folds of a book and in the whispers of dreams, stayed with her always. Moral of the story: true love never fades. It lives in kindness, in hope, and in the beauty we see in one another.